Hey there, it's Wayfair here, where delivery and setup are as easy as a few taps on your phone. You're relaxing in an old hammock, scrolling Wayfair's app, when you spot it, a brand new patio set. Next thing you know, Wayfair delivers it right to your patio and sets it up. Oh, you need a new grill too? All right, Wayfair's got you covered. With Wayfair's Room of Choice delivery and fast expert setup on qualifying orders, life gets a little easier. Visit wayfair.com or the Wayfair app.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
Hey there, welcome to Grounds for Gaming. My name is Ed Placencia, and I've saved you a seat. I realize it's been a few weeks since I talked about gaming in a podcast format, and wow, a lot has happened. Overwatch is back, and I couldn't be more excited about it. Not that it ever went anywhere, because as you may know, I pretty much play Overwatch all the time. Love it or hate it. I'm a sucker for a fun game, and I'm also a sucker for punishment. And I just can't stop playing that game. And now that they've dropped the 2 and started Season 1, 2026, Season 1, all over again, they've got 5 new characters, and I've been having so much fun. I've never queued only as tank so much in my life. I can't remember the last time they came out with a new tank that clicked with me the way the new tank Domina does. I genuinely think the last time they released a tank that I really enjoyed playing was Junker Queen. And I'm not good with Junker Queen, but I enjoyed playing her. So it's been a little while, and man, it is so good to be back. The 2 DPS heroes that are new, Emre and Onran, are a lot of fun. They're very, very cool. They're very, very deadly in anyone's hands but my own. I just can't do anything with them. They're a lot of fun. I still choose them whenever I get the chance. And then I eventually swap because I realize I'm not helping. And I know the only way to get better is to continue playing. But in the heat of the moment, I also want to help the team win. And I want to feel like I'm contributing. And when I'm playing Respawn Simulator, because I've seemingly died instantly over and over and over again, I don't really feel like that's contributing. But I keep coming back, and it's a lot of fun. Initially, I really loved both of the new healers. Mizuki, man, I hope I'm remembering that correctly. I'm not looking at anything for reference. Mizuki is one of the new healers, and I love him as a hero. I can't get a lot of healing out of him yet. I've seen people get a ton of healing from him. I'm not there yet, but man, everything about his kit is so doggone cool. From the way he looks to the way he feels, and the sound effects are really something else. I really, really enjoy playing him, and he's like the DPS for me. I usually start off playing as him and eventually switch when I realize that everyone else is just murdering me left and right. And finally, there's Jetpack Cat. And man, I gotta tell you, when they first announced and released her, I was really happy. I thought it was really cool. They took this long ago scrapped idea that people had been clamoring for once they found out it had been a scrapped idea. And I thought it was so cool that they've finally put her in the game. But now that I've spent a couple of weeks in the game with her, it's just a meme machine. I hate having a Junkrat Cat, as I call her now. Her name is Jetpack Cat, but I just call her Junkrat Cat because people are just trying to do memes, and when you have a Jetpack Cat on your team, you're pretty much out a healer. They're just trying to run. I don't know what it is. It's just like a troll character on both sides. And basically, when you've got a Jetpack Cat on both teams, both teams are down a healer. I can get some good, decent healing out of Jetpack Cat, but that doesn't seem to be the focus for most people. Kind of like how a lot of people have gone DPS Moira instead of healing Moira or support Moira. And Jetpack Cat is not a support character. It's just a fun character that people are using to make clips. And look at the zany things I can do. And it's just, man, I can't stand having a Jetpack Cat on my team or playing against one. They're both very annoying. But I'm really having a good time. They're making a lot of cool decisions lore-wise. They're dropping a lot of lore, animated shorts and little cartoons to kind of like flesh out the whole season, the whole year. And I like how they're going to have one big overarching story that lasts through the year. I like each week choosing if I'm going to side with Talon or with Overwatch. So far, I've decided to side with Talon on both occasions. The first week we won. This week we are losing. But mostly because I don't want any Jetpack Cat rewards. I'd rather have a Widowmaker voice line I'll never use than a doggone Junkrat Cat reward. But all in all, it's been a really, really, really fun return to Overwatch. I've really, really enjoyed it. What else have I been playing? I just, tonight, when I'm recording this, actually, my wife, Sarah, is over at a friend's house for a late Galentine's night. And so I'm recording this on a Saturday night, and I just rolled credits on The Outer Worlds 2. It's taken me forever to get through it. Not because I'm not enjoying it, mostly because it's such a huge game, and I've gone through moments and spells of getting distracted by other games. Sometimes I'll hop in for 20 minutes. Sometimes, like tonight, I'll hop in for a few hours. But it's such a huge game, and it's one of those games where I decided I'm going to do as much of the side content as I can before furthering the story. And it's kind of a good thing I did, because this is one of those games where when the credits roll, you don't really go back and do everything I missed. It's kind of when the credits roll, the game is done. And so you either got to have a save that you can go back to, or, when the game says, hey, the game's going to end here. If there's anything you want to do before ending the game, definitely do so. I probably won't play through again, at least not anytime soon. I went ahead and deleted it from my PS5, but I really, really enjoyed it. The final boss was tough. It's a good thing Sarah wasn't here, so she didn't have to put up with listening to me say words at the screen that I don't usually say. But all in all, it was a good time. I really enjoyed hanging out with my different companions. I really did enjoy the worlds and the choices and the branches that you could choose. I think I ended up with everybody super mad at me. I went through most of the game on everyone's good side, and then it kind of all in the last few playthroughs, it all just kind of went downhill from there. So much so that today I made a decision, and it said, hey, if you do this faction will be mad at you forever, and it will be kill on sight anytime anyone from this faction sees you. Do you want to go back and open up an old save, or do you want to keep going? And I was like, let's keep going. But I thought it was kind of funny that the game itself was like, you want to check on an old save maybe, and maybe not do the thing you're about to do. But I did it anyhow. I didn't care. And it was fine. I was so close to the end that it actually never became a problem, just because it was one of the very last things that I did and that happened to me. Another game I picked up and played around with this week was High on Life 2 by Squanch Games. I loved High on Life. I loved Trover Saves the Universe. I loved that whole world. I like the ad-libby, improv-y dialogue and conversations that your sidekicks and your guns have. I know a lot of the people thought the guns talked way too much, but as far as I'm concerned, if something is making me laugh as much as those doggone guns did, I say go to town, It's like telling Robin Williams, can you not talk so much? No, man, just let him go. And that's kind of how I always was with these games. And this one is, it's weird just because it feels like even though it's the same dev, it's Squanch Games again, it feels like they're trying too hard. I don't know. Something about it just feels lifeless. I don't know what it is. They have a lot of the same actors, and the animation is pretty much the same thing. The game pretty much takes off right where High on Life ended. But for some reason, I just couldn't get it to click with me. And I think the reason for that is this is a very traversal-heavy game. You're given a skateboard, and when you're on that skateboard, you move so fast, and you're always having to push up on the D-pad to kind of let the little waypoint indicator show you where your objective is, and that thing disappears almost as fast as you push the button. So you're always having to push up on the D-pad, which isn't really super convenient because you're also at the same time trying to steer with the left stick, at least on a PlayStation. So that just kind of makes it awkward. And then a lot of the traversal takes place in space, and the paths aren't always made clear. And I honestly stopped playing the game because of the traversal. It was just sucking the fun out of the game for me. And it's weird because I like playing games like Doom where it moves really fast. This was too fast. If you're on the skateboard and all of a sudden there's a guy to shoot, and by the time you notice him, he's behind you. So now you got to hop off the rail and turn around on your skateboard and try to find him again. And it's just, it's not really, I don't know, maybe I shouldn't have skated so much, but sometimes you have to. But I think I preferred the original where you're just running around rather than riding around at 800 million miles per hour. So yeah, that was kind of a disappointment just because I was really looking forward to it. When I realized it was out again, or that it was out, I was super excited. And then, just kind of laid there. So yeah, I just can't put my finger on what exactly feels different. It just feels like, maybe it is different writers. I don't know, but it's not quite the same thing. It's just really weird. It just feels like someone trying to emulate High on Life without really, for lack of a better word, getting it. I don't know. Better phrase, getting it. I don't know. But it was weird. Finally, I got to tell you, I haven't really been playing Disney Speedstorm. Speedstorm came out, and I want to say, I don't know, I'm not even going to say, a couple of years ago. And I've been playing it since day one early access. And with the exception of maybe 4 or 5 days here and there, I've played it every day since it came out in early access. Usually in the morning, I get up, and an hour before I work out, I spend playing Speedstorm. And then sometimes I would stream it and what have you. And recently they released a brand new season. It's Cars, which is what it is. I'm not a huge Cars fan, but, whatever. And they decided this time around to not put any of the cars available to get in the Cars season pass. So everything in the season pass is like Moana and Anna from Frozen. So basically, you can't get a car in the Cars season. They had an event where you could earn shards, but the only people who could earn enough shards in the event were the top, I think it was 3 people in the world. You need 10 shards to unlock each car, and everyone else got 1 shard. And after the first weekend of everyone kind of going crazy with what kind of a cars season makes it so you can't race cars, they decided to put the cars in the store at the low, low price of $50 a piece. And I said, I know this is a free-to-play game, but this is ridiculous. I cannot support this game anymore. I will not be streaming it, definitely not this season. And if they continue to model their future seasons the same way where, Peter Pan is coming up in a few months, and if during the Peter Pan season, you can't unlock a Peter Pan character without giving them $50, yeah. So I downloaded Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, and I'm not a big Sonic guy. I don't have a lot of nostalgic connection, but I thought I'd give it a try just to have some sort of game to scratch that racing itch. And it's kind of a bummer because I prefer the racing and the handling and the way the carts work in Speedstorm much, much more than the way you drive in Sonic. And there are a couple of things you can tweak. You can, as far as like remapping the controls, but you don't have complete control over. I can't like recreate the Disney Speedstorm experience. So it's fun. I played it for a while. I haven't also played it for a while. So someone asked me if it was going to replace Speedstorm, and I told them, I'm playing it now, but I don't know that I don't see me playing it every day like I did Speedstorm. And to be honest with you, I haven't. When you're looking at your PlayStation main menu and it shows the games you've got, and they're kind of there in order of when you played them. Sonic is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th in line. Another game that I played this week, and I released a little mini episode, was Reanimal, done by THQ Nordic, which is the same company that made Little Nightmares 1 and 2. Just because of the way ownership and stuff worked, Supermassive Games made Little Nightmares 3. This felt like Little Nightmares 3. It was a fun game to go through. I have no idea what was going on the entire time. And it was a pretty short game, 4 hours. And it was, for the base game, $40. I think that was a little bit too expensive for that. I didn't splurge for the season pass or the deluxe edition, and I don't know that I will when the DLCs come out. I think there's 2 more planned for this year and then 1 in 2027. But I don't see myself splurging for those. I didn't enjoy the story nearly as much as I did Little Nightmares 1 and 2. You can hear my voice. I've been sick for a couple of weeks now, and I'm editing out, you're welcome, all of the coughs and what have you. But I did want to sit down and record a regular episode. There will be 3 different versions of these episodes, Grounds for Gaming, that come out. And they will be short 1 game reviews that I'm calling ristrettos. This is an espresso episode. And then we'll have dopios. And those are episodes where it will, instead of just me sitting here yammering about the games that I'm playing, it'll be me and a guest talking about gaming in some fashion or other. I do have one lined up to record this coming week, and I have a yes from someone else. We don't have a day or time. Maybe once a month. I don't want to, part of the tricky part of having a show with guests is you've got to find people that will say yes. And that's up to them. That's not up to me. So, as many of those as we can get, I will definitely get, because I love chatting with people. I love finding out about people and who they are and what they're playing and what they're loving to play and just their passions. And so I'm very excited about the few that are coming up that will be coming your way over the next couple of months. But this is Grounds for Gaming. It's pretty chill. It's pretty low key. It's just you and me just hanging around. I've got a cup of coffee. This is the last of the Square One candy bar blend that we've got. I don't know what you're drinking, but be sure and drop me an email, groundsforgaming@gmail.com, and let me know what you're drinking. Let me know what you're drinking when you're listening to this, whether you're folding laundry or you're driving to work. Maybe you're at work or maybe you're gaming. Let me know what's in your mug. And next time when we sit down together, I told you what I'm drinking. I can think about what you're drinking and we can just enjoy this time together. But that's what I've been playing this week. And I want to turn it on you now. What have you been playing this last week or so? I want this to be a place where we can just sit and talk about great games. And, it's very easy to sit and talk about games that annoy us, but there's plenty of that you can find online. And there's not nearly enough people talking about games that we love. And so this week, games that I love are The Outer Worlds and Overwatch. Made me smile a lot. Both of them for very, very different reasons. But what have you been playing this week? And what games are you loving right now? Use that same email address, groundsforgaming@gmail.com. And I'd love to find out what you're playing. Maybe I'll find a game that I'll get into. I do want to re-download Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 now that I'm done with The Outer Worlds and see if I can't finish that up. But maybe you're playing something that for whatever reason didn't pop up on my radar. And if you think there's a game that I'm missing out on, then definitely let me know. I'd love to check it out. But my mug is just about empty. I'm going to take the last couple of sips here. And it's 9:30 p.m. and I'm going to go against my better judgment and head downstairs, and I think I'm going to brew another cup. I do appreciate you sitting down with me and sharing this cup of coffee. Thanks for letting me talk about what I'm playing, and definitely let me know what you've been playing as well. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today. Grounds for Gaming will be right here when you're ready for another conversation, and your seat will always be waiting.